Today in science, you're going to be learning about one type of plate boundary, a transform boundary. So your first step is to work through the slideshow. Notice right here on the first slide, it says, today is February 25th. You're only doing slides 1 through 7. Okay, so we're going to be identifying the types of plate boundaries, and we're going to identify the types of land features and geological events that occur at each boundary. The first thing you're going to do is watch the BrainPop video. Remember, we log in with BrainPop just like we do most of our websites by saying log in with Google. So when you click log in, you're going to do sign in with Google. Now, once you sign in, it's probably best to go back and click the link again for the BrainPop video. It makes it a little bit easier to get exactly to what you need. So you're going to watch this BrainPop video. Then you're going to work through the slides. You need to write down the word transform boundary in your journal, and you need to write down the definition of the transform boundary on this slide. Then it says to stop and sketch. You need to stop and sketch a transform boundary. And again, I'm going really fast. You're going to go through this slideshow independently today, so you're going to take your time as you go through the slideshow. Then you're going to work through some examples and notice some examples of transform plate boundaries. And then you have some videos to watch. So you're going to focus more in on the San Andreas Fault, which is actually here in the United States on the North American plate, and where we're transforming or sliding past the Pacific plate. You have one that shows you about some past earthquakes that have occurred because of the San Andreas Fault. And then there is a pretty cool flyover of a good portion of the San Andreas Fault. So I want you to watch both of those. Next up, after those videos,
30 years ago on October 17th.
Okay, it says stop here. You're not going to do any more of the slides. We're going to do the rest of the slides next week. So that's all the slides you're doing today. So boys and girls, you have plenty of time to become an expert today on transform plate boundaries. After you do the slideshow and you write down your notes, you're going to scroll down, and you have this science vocabulary notebook. Okay, we're going to be working on some plate tectonics vocabulary. Today, as it says right here, you are only going to do vocabulary slides 3 through 5. That's only 3 vocabulary words for today. Let that load. So this is a title slide. The second slide is the instructions. It shows you what goes in each of the blanks. Notice it says, do not change or edit this slide. It's just the directions slide, okay? You're going to follow the directions that are there. So one box is for the formal definition. I actually did that one for you. I typed in the word for you on each of the slides. I inserted a picture. Your job is going to be to define it in your own words. Use the word in a sentence. Provide examples, at least 2. And then make a drawing. You can go do that drawing in Google Drawings or draw it on paper and insert your image right here. Okay, so today you're going to be working on the slide for plate tectonics. I give you the definition, theory that the lithosphere is divided into tectonic plates that slowly move on top of the asthenosphere. You need to rewrite that definition in your own words. Then you need to make a sentence using the word correctly. You need to provide examples or things that go along with plate tectonics. And then you're going to do a drawing. You can use my link. I have it linked to Google Drawing if you want to. So if you're doing a Google Drawing, here's how it works. You have to make a copy. Okay, I'm going to name it. So this is my drawing for plate tectonics. And then I can use, you can use any tool you want on here. I'm just going to use the scribble tool, and I'm going to draw a really quick continent and another one over here. Okay, and I'm going to draw some arrows on this, showing movement. I'm going to draw a line down the middle showing there's movement. And I'm making my drawing for plate tectonics. I did that super duper fast. You'll probably spend a little bit more time on that. And then when I'm finished with my drawing, I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go download PNG. It's going to download it onto your device. Now, if you're working on a Chromebook, it's going to save it to your Google Drive. I'm working on a PC, so it's a little bit different. I go back to my slideshow. I'm going to click Insert, Image. Now, if you're on a Chromebook, it's going to be in your drive. I'm not, so I can upload from my computer. It's going to be in my recent downloads. It'll probably be in yours, so if you're having to go through this step. So insert it. And so it's going to take my drawing and put it right there on the screen. So I have my drawing. Let me shrink that just a little bit more. Okay, so I have my drawing, my own drawing of plate tectonics. So in your own words, write a sentence, give some examples, make a drawing. That drawing can also be on paper. You can draw it on paper and then take a picture of it and insert it. Okay, then you're going to work on the transform boundary slide. Same exact thing. I give you the definition. I give you a picture. You state it in your own words, write a sentence, examples, and do a drawing. And then I want you to do the earthquake. I give you the definition of earthquake. You give a sentence, examples, write it in your own words, and do a drawing. That's it. Okay, just those 3 slides. That's it. We will do, we'll start up with mid-ocean ridge, or sorry, divergent boundary. We'll do that next week. So don't go, stop when you get there. Okay? Okay, so once you do that, you are finished with Thursday's work for science. I'll be on Zoom most of the day if you have any questions.